All right, greetings everyone. Welcome to this webinar on using Airtable. This is a quick start guide for developers. So, an introduction. Airtable lets you build spreadsheets. Each spreadsheet is a database. So, Airtable not only offers a great user interface, but great JSON APIs for all CRUD actions. So, to access the Airtable API, all we want to do is navigate to this here URL, airtable.com/API. So from here, you'll be listed all your bases. So to get started using the API for any base, just choose what base you want. So I have this example base that I'm going to be using here. So let's get a quick overview of the base. So let's go back to airtable.com, sorry. And let's see what is in this base currently. So let's close this off. So we have multiple tables here we see. So we have a COVID programs database, we have a build database, we have multiple spreadsheets, right? So each of these is a database in itself. So let's go here, let's look at our API documentation. Each API documentation creates an API for each base and gives you each operation that we can use. So for example, let's go over to the JavaScript side. And so if we wanted to make a request here to this database, we would copy this URL here. We're going to go into Postman and test this. So let's open a tab. We're going to do a GET request, right? Let's see, GET request. And we need authorization and we need our bidder token. So I'm actually going to use my API key, but I'll regenerate another one afterwards. I'm going to headers. Authorization and make sure there's no extra spaces. Let's cut this down to the line. Okay, so to grab your API key, you just want to go back to airtable.com on your dashboard, go to account, and let's copy this key. So let's go back into Postman, add it, save it, oops, and let's send a request. So as you see, we get an array of records, and each record contains basically a row here in our table. So as you see here, we're returned everything we have, every column we have in our table. So even the images, if we wanted to see what the image looks like, we can actually send it to Postman. That didn't work. Well, yeah, so images, everything, right? So it's really easy. All we needed to add here was our API token. So say that we wanted to do it for a different, we wanted to pull from a different base. Simply just change to whatever base you want to use. So for example, books, right? So all we want to do here is just copy this URL it gives us. We can keep the same API token because we're using the same user. And it's that easy. We're given our posts, we're given our, each field of our posts. So, all right, so moving on in the webinar, it's really that easy to use the API. What are some other things we can do with it? Well, also, from a developer standpoint, you may want to add integrations and automate some, inputs into your tables. So what can we use? We can use Zapier, WorkAuto, Integromat, or Automate.io. So let's try an example really quickly. Here I am on my Zapier account. And so I'm going to create a Zap that pulls from WordPress and it's going to basically take my post and it's going to add it to basically, if our post is published, it's going to add the post to our Airtable. So I'll do this really quickly. Airtable. So what are we going to do when we get our new post? We're going to update a record or create a record. So we're going to create a record. Choose your account. Here we would choose a base. So for this one, we're going to choose blogs, and we're just going to add it to table 1. So at this point, what you're doing is just lining up, the pieces of data that's going into Airtable. So basically, this is where we're taking things from our response from our WordPress, and we're just taking each individual field and we're lining it up to columns in our Airtable. So once that's done, what this will look like in the end should be something like this. So we're giving our post here, and this is all automated, and you can see here we have our long content string here. So apps. So all right, so do you have to be on your desktop to do all these things or to use Airtable? And the answer is no. Airtable offers a wide variety of applications to access your Airtable on the go, and just to make this easier for you. So there's an app for macOS, there's an app for Windows, there's an app for iOS, and there's an app for Android. I personally use the iOS app to, say for example, if I'm expense tracking and I'm out and about, I want to add my receipt into my Airtable. So I can simply do so through the app, just taking a picture and attaching it. So, and all this synced. Yeah, so it's really useful in day-to-day life, I guess you could say. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at Anant. Please contact solutions@anant.us. If you guys have any questions, I'm open for questions. And thank you for watching.